Hi, my name's Dean O'Brien from O'Brien Real Estate. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce you to Matt Dewan and Daniel Gallagher, who had just recently received the #1 office for the quarter. What they're going to do today is share some insights on how they got there, what's important to them, and how they're building a team in that. So, Matt, for you, what have you incorporated in your business to what you feel got you to #1?
One thing that I do believe that worked for us is consistency with call sessions. We do call sessions Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 days a week. Just the team building also, we do.
And the team are actively involved in that?
Yeah,
yep.
every part of the team.
And is there a fair measurement around that, Matt?
Yes, there is.
Yep. Yeah, so can you explain what you do when you note measurement?
So after the measurements, what we do, we discuss how many prospective sellers we reached and that, yep. How many appraisals, and how many appointments we've actually got.
Yeah, so what you say is calls, connects, and really important is the outcome, yeah?
That's correct.
That's fantastic. And Daniel, you're probably our youngest director at O'Brien Real Estate, which is exciting for us as a group that we feel we're still very young and energetic at O'Brien Real Estate. Yeah. But what values do you hold in that position and for your team to move forward that you felt got you to #1?
Great question. I think for our team in particular, we've got a set of core values with our company, and for our team in particular, realising potential I come back to quite a bit. We've got a culture around competition with each other in a point where we want to see each other grow as a team, and that really creates like a contagious feel of success throughout our team. So I think those two are really important.
Look, the one thing I do get when I get into your office is that you're actually, everyone's very proud of each other's success. Absolutely. There's not a lot of resentment, but there's a lot of, when someone's done a great job, they go up and pat them on the back and say, well done.
Yeah, well, contagious is that word that I really think it bleeds out on each other, success throughout the whole team, including reception, rentals and everything. That real belief in what we're doing actually works, and that consistency to want to continue to do it.
Yep, and there's a real belonging.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yep. Now, #1 office, and it was an amazing quarter because it was our best quarter at O'Brien Real Estate, so it's no fair achievement, it's a great achievement. And you were #1 office last year for the quarterly awards, and I also have to recognise here that you, by REB, you got #9 office in Australia, #3 in Victoria. Yeah. So what does that represent to you, being #1 at O'Brien Real Estate, but outside externally #9 in Australia and #3 in Victoria?
Yeah, it's something to be proud of working for the brand, but also to be the #1 office in the brand. One thing we need to do is lead by example. So we have, the other 18 officers looking at us, following us by example.
Is it fair to say to be #1, it takes a team effort though? It's not necessarily one individual person standing out. It's a collective group together, Daniel?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the success and the rewards is fantastic, especially externally, but I think it's a real byproduct of the systems and procedures that we've actually put in place. Individually and as a team, everyone's got goals. We've got goals for the team to achieve, but I think the real consistency around focusing on doing day-to-day what counts actually has led to that realising the potential growth and has seen us year by year achieve such great results. So I think moving forward, once again, if we can focus on that, the success side of things is a byproduct, which we all love and they deserve it, but focusing more so on the numbers, the structures and the processes.
So has there been any standout people in your business that you've seen that you could acknowledge? I know it's a big business and I know that everyone is achieving great results, but there's always probably a significant change, whether it be an individual, whether it be a group, a team in yours, because you have a lot of teams in your environment. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I think Simon Murphy is probably a great example. He's a young guy. He was an assistant only 2 years ago to step up now where he's employed to
it's a massive story, isn't it? Like you think he come across from another brand with us as an assistant, and but he's then taken the path of as an agent, very successful. But he put on an assistant, used the leverage early, but now has a third person in his business within, would it be 12, 18 months?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, about 18 months. Since he started. So I think there's a lot of growth in most of our agents in there. Last year, I'd say everyone's had that growth period, probably between 10 to 15%, and what the last earned.
Based on the figures that we talk around, which Josh is a great part of it, it's a privilege to actually bring Cranbourne to the table, because they say about 12% of real estate agents write in excess of 300, of which every single one in our office that spent more than 12 months exceeds 300,000 at that level. So it's a real credit to you guys leading that team, but I think it's a real professional team.
Yeah. I think on saying that, going to the quarterly awards every single time, we're getting a different people coming into the top 10 for the group, and that's the most exciting thing about it, is it's not just one person writing it. We've consistently got a team, and it's exciting every single awards, finding out who's going to be the new person in it, and consistently having 2 or 3 or even 4 within that top 10 with the group.
We had a great quarterly awards it was just last week, wasn't it? True South. Great speaker in Mike Rolls, but you're right, and for us to see those numbers that some agents are achieving, and for to be the level of our team, at the Cranbourne office to be in it, it's a real success story.
Yeah.
Okay, I suppose we won't spend too much time further here, but when you get to number 1 and everyone's actually chasing you, and that's a great place to be, but do you reassess goals? Do you reassess KPIs? Do you implement anything, or do you just continue with what you're doing?
Well, look, if we continue to do what we're doing, obviously we're going to get chased. So once again, I think that realising potential side of things comes back to it, that hunger to want to do well, and sitting down with teams individually, with themselves or as a whole group, working out what numbers they need to achieve. And that, once again, year on year has led us to results. But they're just a byproduct. I think focusing on the activities is something that we're huge on doing, and has led us to see those results.
It's funny you use this word, realising potential. You know, we do have a very strong structure in our business about company values, don't we? And so explain that, what you mean by realising potential.
I guess creating systems and procedures and processes within our business to work out basically what people can do day in, day out, so they can achieve the most out of their day, but not individually just within work, but outside of work. One of the most exciting things personally for me last year was to see how many of our staff actually purchased properties, investments or homes to move into. Like, going to work each day knowing the fact that we're helping them grow as people was probably the most exciting thing.
Financially, spiritually,
Absolutely.
and emotionally.
Yeah. Like I said, we've got someone like a Simon who was only assistant a couple of years ago. Now he's employed with 2, or from staff members buying now their first house, or investment products and stuff like that. So that, for me, that was one of the most exciting things last year.
And for Matt, for all the new directors, because we're a new company, O'Brien Real Estate, we've only been around we're into our 6th year. And you've been with us pretty much the journey, all the way through. We've got some new things. What's one bit of advice that you could probably put out there to a team member, to a fellow director, or even a new agent?
Yeah, make sure you're not scared to pick up the phone. There's yourself, myself, Josh Fegan. Make sure all your staff members are actually going to the training that Josh does, because I do believe
That's an interesting point, Matt, because we talk about Josh Fegan a bit here, and he's an integral part of our business. Your belief in Josh Fegan and training?
In training, but also in leadership for myself, and that in my past I've never been a leader before. I have led as an agent, but not in my role that I have now. But Josh is just amazing. Yep. Yeah, as a leader, as a mentor.
And your team goes?
Yeah, every one of our staff goes.
But buy-in's massive with the company and with the brand, and it's no hiding the fact that success leaves clues. And consistently at all our events, whether it be a motivational speaker speaking, or whether it be a training level 1, level 2, our group by far exceeds any of the other numbers. And I think that we've got a real big buy-in with the brand, with the training, and with the processes that it leads us to get these results. Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, look, guys, I know you're busy, so thanks for the opportunity to sit down here and find out what's happening in your business, which is exciting. Congratulations again. I know that it's been a great January and February for you guys already, so I think you're going to take a fair bit of catching for the next quarter, which I'm pretty sure you're proud about. But from O'Brien Real Estate, thanks for the opportunity to speak to you both, Matt and Daniel, yourself, and thanks for sharing us what you do in your office at Cranbourne. Congratulations.
No,
Thank you.
Thank you.